As death is pushed to the outer continent, the tranquility of Haiti comes to mind. Its sacrificed pig speaks of futures born in perpetual bondage. Interest is an agent for the oppressor. Were the aggressors.
When we originally started, we were all white in the team, which we knew was a problem. Now we're not, I'm glad to say. But of course we were attacked for being all white. What are you doing? Why are you doing this work? And, isn't this just going back to doing, here you are again, doing work on the winners, but a different kind of work on the winners, a deconstructive work on the winners. So the arguments that we've had around that, the anger that initially, for example, people in the Caribbean had, that we were getting public funding. We could get public funding to do work on slave ownership. There's no money for educational research in the Caribbean. The educational institutions are starved of funds. The inequalities of wealth, which are the result of the colonial system. Here we are in the UK benefiting yet again from that. And our only response to that can be, we are hoping to do work that will be relevant to you, that you will be able to make use of too. It's for all of us. Because, this history is a history of all of us.
A great deal of the slavery in the world today involves, if not moving human beings, which happens in human trafficking, across those borders and enslaving them, then it means moving the products of slave labor, the minerals that are in our computers and cell phones and our mobile phones that come from slave labor, the sugar, the coffee, the cocoa that we eat in chocolate. The list goes on and on and on of slave-made goods that permeate all of the things that we buy. Now, if we don't think about that in a global way, if we don't do that at the level of nation states, we'll never really crack that, because you can't ignore the provenance of slave-made goods because they're so handy and cheap and easy, and then expect slavery to go away. It's just not, it's not going to happen. At the same time, though, we actually know that if you're looking at slavery where it lives, when you go to communities where slavery exists, it exists because there's a political economy that allows it to exist. And most of the people in the community don't have to go along with all of that. They just have to be willing to say, oh, those other people, they're not really my concern. And at that point, those who are willing to enslave have carte blanche to carry out that enslavement.
We've created this global society where we are so interconnected that we can't live without each other. And our perceptions haven't caught up with this. We are still irrationally thinking we live in our safe countries and the others are over there. Not so. When markets go down in one part of the globe, stocks plummet all around the world that day. What happens in Afghanistan or Gaza today can have repercussions in New York or London tomorrow. We all face the same environmental catastrophe. We're linked together on the World Wide Web. We have created a global market where we are entirely interdependent, so it is only rational to use your own feelings as a guide to your feelings of others. Confucius put it well. his disciples say, how can you apply the golden rule? He was one of the first people to formulate it, to political life. He said, it's quite simple. You seek to establish yourself, then seek to establish others. You want to turn your merits to account, then make sure that others have the chance to turn their merits to account. Never treat others as you would not like to be treated yourself. When you go among the common people, behave as if you're in the presence of an important guest.